Previously on Command Modern Air Naval Operations.
You can either play as the US Navy or the Soviet Union. I'm going to play as the US Navy because... America! Fuck yeah! Come on, guy, what's your name? Alright, we're getting attacked. All units, weapons tight. Yeah. I think it's high time we abandoned this mission. Just get the hell back to base. So yeah, more Pacific Shootout. A nice little political clusterfuck.
Greetings, folks, and welcome to Command Modern Operations. I'm Ebereg, and this is the North Pacific Shootout scenario. You can either play as the US or the Soviet Union. I'm going to play as the US because I love my country. So basically, Soviet Union has stepped up its harassment of American allied aircraft off the coast of the Kamchatka Peninsula. While aircraft are operating in international airspace, the Soviets have been performing increasingly aggressive intercepts, which last week culminated in a fire control radar from a Foxhound locking onto one of our EP-3s. Soviets retreated a short time later when F-15Cs from Eckerson were scrambled. However, the incident has considerably ramped up tensions between American and Soviet forces in the Pacific. Satellite intelligence shows a Soviet Cruster-2 cruiser operating with a small SAG off of Petropavlovsk, well out into international waters. Command would like this investigated further, which affords an opportunity to conduct a freedom of navigation exercise to ensure that our aircraft are not harassed while operating peacefully in international airspace. Ranger Carrier Battle Group was en route to the Persian Gulf, but has been tasked more to support this effort and show the flag. So enemy forces don't really care. Friendly forces, again, don't care. But I'm to conduct a freedom of navigation air maneuvers along the Kamchatka Peninsula, collecting SIGINT and remaining clear of Soviet airspace. I'm to vector the VP-48 aircraft currently east of Bering Island to overfly the Soviet SAG off Petropavlovsk. I'm also to ready CVW-2 aircraft to provide protection and support as required. I'm also to conduct regular CVBG force protection operations as necessary. So, I also have some helicopters that have been designated for search and rescue duties, though I get the feeling the airspace is going to be a bit too hot to really use them. USAF aircraft are currently operating out of Eckerson Air Force Base. Ensure positive identification of any air contacts originating from that bearing. Let's do this. So, one of the interesting things to note is that we're gonna have to wait. Actually, there's nothing interesting. So let's go into the doctrines. Let's set BVR engagement logic to follow missile straight in. Let's set the Phoenix to fire 2 rounds at third generation fighters. Let's set the Sparrow to only fire 1 round at all fighters. And let's go to the Ranger CVBG. So let's set these guys for heavy bar cap. Let's set these guys for heavy bar cap. Let's set these guys for ASW duty. And let's turn on the quick turnaround on these guys. So you notice I only have 6 hours in this scenario. That means I can't arm any of my intruders, which makes things a bit more complicated. So let's go to the Ranger CVBG, set up a few reference points. Select them, make them relative rotating bearing to the Ranger, add new mission, call it Sub Hunt. It's an ASW patrol. To investigate unknown contacts outside the patrol area or within weapon range, add all of our available Vikings to it. tight on subsurface, radar passive, sonar active. And let's also define an area here. Add new mission, call it Sky Eye. It's a support mission, and add all of our available Hawkeyes to it. And turn the radars on. So, let's unpause time and see what happens. Okay, so Soviets are intending to intercept the P-3 Orion. Let's go to the Ranger CVBG and launch these guys. So let's get them to turn off automatic evasion and move them over here. Military power. We're moving in. Let's slow these guys down to cruise speed. Don't want them to get fired at first. Let's bring the Tomcat up. Tomcat's up here. Let's bring the Tomcats back at military power. Okay, so now they're firing. Let's turn back to engage. And let's go to the Ranger. Tell them to launch these Phantoms. And the Orion has been destroyed. Okay, so we've lost the Orion. They're telling me to sink some naval vessels off Petropavlovsk. I get the most coins for sinking the cruiser, but that's a bit risky. I may not sink anything if I go for it. So they're also telling me that I'm now allowed to ask for some F-15s, but I'm not really going to need them. Okay, so now my Tomcats are taking off. Let's bring these here, then here at military power. Let's bring turn their radars on, bring them here, then here, military power. Okay, so let's allow these guys to return to base, and let's get them to do so at afterburner speed. Automatic evasion is indeed off. Let's get these guys to move forward at afterburner speed. And let's get the Hawkeye to move over here at military power. Might not be able to outrun those missiles. Oh. Turns out it doesn't matter. Okay. Okay, let's slow these guys down to cruise speed now that they're within firing range. Oh, we've got these Badgers coming in. Okay, let's go to the Ranger CVBG and tell them to launch these guys. Okay, so let's tell these guys to turn off automatic evasion. Let's go to flight 541. Get them to turn on their radars and move here, then here. Military power. You are not RTB. Okay, get this guy to move here. Okay, now you can RTB. Okay, get this guy to move here at Afterburner. You are not RTB, not just yet. Move over here. See, the Foxhound only carries semi-active radar homing missiles and slightly, somewhat long-range heaters. So they don't really do too good when Phoenixes are fired at them. Actually, let's get this guy to return to his patrol. And let's go to the Ranger CVBG and tell it to attack this Gammon with 40 Tomahawks. Let's get them to fly here, then here. Move on forward. Okay, let's arm this guy for a heavy bar cap. And more Foxhounds are coming in. Let's arm this guy for heavy bar cap. See, we want the most possible for heavy bar cap because that gives us the most Phoenixes. Okay, so that problem's been taken care of. Let's get these guys to return to base as well as these guys. And move on forward. Foxhounds, come in. Let's move the Hawkeye back at military power and hope that our Tomcats are in time. Okay, so they've armed. Let's launch these two as well as these two. So, yeah, let's move these Tomcats in to engage these Foxhounds. Looks like the Foxhounds are engaging us. Okay, okay. let's slow these guys down to cruise. Actually, let's get these guys to turn off automatic evasion, as well as these guys, since it's pretty clear they're firing the semi-active radar-home missiles. Okay, so we've wiped out most of the Foxhounds. Let's get this guy to fire 2 Phoenixes at these guys. And get this guy to RTB at afterburner speed. Maybe it's a good time to automatically evade. Okay, so yeah, that turns out I was making a bit of a mountain out of a molehill.
Go ahead first.
Okay, so I might need to turn on automatic evasion soon. Yep, that's a heater. Holy crap, that was close. Okay. So, these guys are returning to base. Let's not let them. Let's bring them to intercept this Badger. At military power. And let's go to NAS ADAC and launch the Orion. Okay. See, Orion is airborne. Let's get it to turn its radars on and move here, then here. And we've taken out the Gammon. I was kind of hoping to waste some Foxhound missiles with that, but oh well. And that Badger is down, so let's get these guys to return to base. May have brought this... May not have been paying attention. Actually, let's get this guy to return to base. That'll give us radar coverage faster. Okay, we got backfires coming in. Let's launch these guys as a group. Let's launch these guys as a group, and let's launch these guys as a group. See, there are 3 groups of 4, and we're going to need one group of Tomcats to take out each one. So let's move these guys over here at Afterburner. And let's move these guys over here at Military Power. Let's move them over here at Afterburner. And let's move these guys over here at Military Power. Let's move these guys over here at Afterburner. Okay, luckily they haven't identified us, so they're not yet. So they're not firing their missiles, which is a bit of a mistake for them. And let's slow these guys down to Military Power. Let's slow these guys down to Military Power. Put these guys over here. Okay, we're detecting some flankers. No big deal. Okay, let's slow these guys down. Okay, these guys are down to their Sparrows, but they're still firing. Okay, so these guys have taken out their targets. Let's focus on these guys. Okay, so let's turn off the manual overrides, get them to attack this guy. Okay, so they've run out of missiles. Let's focus on this guy now. Seems to be doing much better than his compatriots. No. Don't fire Sparrows, fire Phoenixes. Okay, so that seemed to work out well. Okay, so let's go to the Ranger CVBG. Launch these intruders with harms and these prowlers. So let's move these intruders here and here, and move these, get these prowlers to turn their jammers on, move them here, then here, and go to the Ranger, and launch these intruders with harpoons. I have no idea why they have a long range loadout. And move them here, then here, go to the Ranger, and launch one final set of Tomcats. Like 766. Let's Let's get it to turn its radars on, turn off automatic evasion, and move here at military power. Okay, so let's go to the P3 Orion, get it to move at military power. Let's go to flight 762, get it to move at 410 knots. And go to flight 763, get it to move at 410 knots. And go to flight 764 and get it to move at military power. So let's move these guys over here. Oh boy, we got more Foxhounds. I've jumped the gun a bit. Okay. Slow these guys down to 410 knots. These guys here. No. You're not R2B, not just yet. Okay, now you're R2B at afterburner speed. Wow. Tomcats here doing work. Okay, get them to go at afterburner speed. Move these guys back. Get flight 771 to slow down to cruise, as well as flight 772. This could have gone better. Okay, move these guys back in to attack. Okay, and flight 771 and 772 are RTB now. Let's get flight 764 to go down to 25,000 feet above sea level. And I'm getting a weather report. Let's get flight 763 to speed up to military power. Okay, and let's go for the goals by attacking the Cresta. Allocate all of this ordnance. And let's get Boomers 3 to slow down. Move here. Get Flight 7. Let's get Flight 763 to move here. Okay, so we pasted that Cresta a bit. Let's get Flight 763 to slow down a bit. And the Cresta's down. Okay, so let's get these guys to return to base. And I think that's actually a good place to end the scenario. So, Triumph, 8,100 points. I just lost the Orion. Soviet Union lost a lot of shit. So, yeah, I think that was a fairly successful result. This is Ebereg, signing off.